Yes, people. Welcome back to another edition of the ManDem United podcast on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube, brought to you by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note. And like someone said in the chat, word to my Don Matisse, lateness is greatness. But my apologies on the lateness, people. My apologies. My laptop was playing up, so that's why I am slightly late. But big up to everybody who is supporting Sarcasm City TV in whatever capacity. I start every single show stating that in it. So big up to each and every one of you lot who is supporting Sarcasm City TV. And please make sure, please make sure whether you're watching this live right now or you're watching this back, you hit the like button on the video. Vitally important you do that. Hit that like button, share it across all the socials. So you can go to my Twitter and Instagram, that's me Flawless. You can retweet a like from my Twitter, you can share it from my Instagram, or you can just click that share button and share it across all the socials that you are active on. And subscribe to the channel as well, Sarcasm City TV. And when you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell as well. Make sure you hit the notification bell as well. Roll to 4K, people. Roll to 4K. So hit the notification bell, people. But this is the ManDem United podcast, and it is a podcast dedicated to all things Manchester United. And we have a special guest in the building for regular watchers of the ManDem United podcast. He's been here before. It's the first time this year he's been here, though, working hard, running his own channel, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Red United TV. We have Ivorian, the ever outspoken, hilarious Ivorian in the building. What are you telling me, fam? You good?
Yo, man's good. First of all, to everyone on Sarcasm City TV, Happy New Year. I know it's been a long time, but I am the Donny van der Beek of this show. You know, I've just got my loan. You know, finally got something so you guys can see what I do elsewhere. But I'm back. Big up, Flawless. Big up for having me back again, man. I'm just excited to talk about our team, man.
Yeah, man. Always, man. Always. I did say to you every time you've been on, you know what I'm saying, that I will get you back on. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I hear in it. We've only had, I feel like you're only the second guest of the year. You know what I'm saying? And you're a regular guest of the channel. So, man, how are you doing, though? Outside of Manchester United, how are you?
Outside of Manchester United, I'm doing okay, you know. Mentally, I'm all right. You know, my mental state is fine. Again, I got my woman who's studying her LPC course, doing the most. So big up to her, congratulations to her. She just done her exams. You know,
love that.
Mrs. Ivorian's doing well, man. But apart from that, I'm okay, man. I just wish life could be a bit better when it comes to our football team. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But we
I hear that, man. I'm glad you're doing good. And we are going to discuss all things Manchester United. Big up to everyone in the comments. I'm going to get to all the comments quickly. And please keep your comments and questions Manchester United related, please. Smash the like button before the video starts. It's going to be a turbulent show like Ralph dodging advances from the press to throw his players under the bus. I don't think he's throwing his players under the bus, but we're going to get to that. Keenan's here with all the information in regards to injury, so I appreciate that. He says United will have Fred available for selection after a recent positive test for COVID, but Matic is struggling with a shin complaint and will not be in the squad. The returning Fred could line up alongside McTominay and Fernandes in the midfield three, with Sancho, Rashford and Ronaldo again potentially featuring as the front three. Cavani will be absent due to a groin complaint. Eric Bailly definitely out, so the squad will be similar to the one available versus Southampton as I expected. Maguire under severe pressure from Lindelof due to his recent struggles in recent weeks, but the England international could retain his spot. He also goes on to say there could be alteration at left back with Telles coming in for Luke Shaw as well. And Brighton, who they got, Sarcasm and I think that's Emapu, remain unavailable through injury, but the visitors are otherwise in excellent shape heading into the contest. And Basuma is also playing as well. All right, so yeah, we're going to get into all things Manchester United. Emmanuel says, we might need to change Flawless's name to Lateness. My man's here, man. Like FT said, lateness is greatness, man. Cedric says it here. It says it here. Lateness bows his knees to greatness, fam. So let's roll, blood. Facts. Excited for Real Madrid PSG today, as am I. I'm very much looking forward to that game. Big up EFAC says, yo. Big up to Jermaine, who says, yo. Big up Flawless. He played a team that has more draws than wins, so this could be another draw. We're going to get into all that. Oh, you said he's dodging the traps the press try set to him. Okay, Emmanuel. I hear you. But all right, let's get into it, because obviously Ivorian, me and you haven't spoken since like last year. I'm not even sure if we've spoken since Ralph has come in.
No, we haven't. We spoken the day Oli got sacked. I was there for that. We was all there for that.
The day Oli got sacked. Yeah. That's the last time. So all right then. Yeah, we'll start there then. Give me your thoughts on Ralph and his current reign and what he's done so far. Are you liking the majority? Are you disliking it? Like, give us your thoughts on his reign so far.
So far, you know what, yeah? Because, of course, I know exactly what we're signing up for when Ralph was coming in. We're getting a manager, well, an ex-manager or an ex-staff member that used to be a manager that hasn't managed in a long time, that was doing up numbers upstairs, you know. So it's different. Like he hasn't been in work for a long time, so of course it's going to take him some time to understand teaching. But at the same time, I know that we're getting someone that's interim to oversee the team until the end of the season. So I wasn't expecting much in terms of, well, we're going to be starting playing amazing football, because all of that takes time. It's a process. And some people fail to understand that this is a process. We're trying to get rid of all the nastiness that used to be before the previous regime, because I don't really like to say Lord Voldemort's name too tough, you know. So yeah, the previous regime, all that nastiness of express yourself, passion and desire, and start doing Gengar pressing, you know, counter pressing, and also possession-based football into their system. So it will take some time. Sometimes it takes one match. Sometimes it takes 4 weeks or 6 weeks or even 6 months to implement your philosophy. So I knew exactly that it will take some time. And of course, Manchester United will not be performing until probably maybe towards the end of the season on the way that Ralph Rangnick wants to play. Yeah. In terms of results, so far, let's be honest with ourselves. I know that the results hasn't been great. Hella draws. Yeah. Couple of wins. Draws. But on the bright side, look at it. We're not losing anymore. Yeah. Before that, ManDem used to finger us when previous regime used to be there through the middle and everything. Made things easier. Now, it's not that open. We're getting stush things now, you know. I mean, it feels stush a bit, you know. Sorry, guys. Sorry. But yes, our midfield, we can control games a bit more compared to how it was before. Flores, I'm trying to do this with a great face, bro.
Well, you saying things like that, of course I'm a burst out laughing. Go on, carry on.
Sorry, guys. But yes, well, of course, Manchester United are now beginning to control games. We're not controlling games as we want to, you know. We're not dominant throughout the whole 90 minutes. But in phases, Manchester United are controlling games. We're not too easy as well. We're not too open. We're not conceding as much goals as we used to. So I'm happy about that. The only thing I'm not happy about is that the performance doesn't last a whole 90 minutes. 1 minute, man, FC teams out here, you know. We're not performing for the whole 90 minutes. And that's what disturbs me. And then now you can clearly see, forget managers now. I took managers out of my mind. It's all about the players now. We've had several managers there. Now it's about what the players can do. And you can clearly see, even before that, we saw that these men ain't got it. But now you can clearly see that these men really, really don't have it. You know, there's certain men that's just not good enough. Clearly, that need to be shifted. And with Ralph Rangnick, I keep on saying before, if you want to play football in a certain way, you need to have the right profile players to play a certain way. As you know, Man United have a bunch of mishmash players that have their own qualities and have their own strength that will probably be suited for other teams. Whereas we don't have the players that are confident on the ball, that can turn, that can drive the ball forward, that can make a 5-yard pass without passing it off the pitch, you know, that can cover the grounds easily, you know, make the right decisions, you know, instead of having players like, for example, Marcus Rashford, that makes the wrong decisions 24/7. When you're supposed to pass, he crosses. When you're supposed to cross, he passes, you know. And of course, you got Bruno Fernandes, loves doing the Hollywood passes. So there's players that are indisciplined in their position and still don't get it. And again, you need the right player profile to play a certain philosophy. If you don't have that, you can coach them, but there's so much you can teach until you realize, you know what, man needs to get rid of you. And with, again, my overall impression of Rangnick so far, I'm not happy with what I've seen so far, but I can accept it compared to what it was before. It was far worse than this. Let's be real. We was getting piped in. Everything, every position.
That is one correct thing. Is what I don't like is I've seen people on social media trying to like revise history and act like it wasn't much worse under Ollie and that. Like Ralph's done miles better. Again, do we still have levels to go, which you touched on? Yes, but is this still miles better? Like too many draws recently. Absolutely. That's why I titled the title of this episode is Manchester United look to end run of draws versus Brighton, but. I can't remember the last, outside the Middlesbrough game, I'm talking just in 90 minutes in the Premier League, I can't remember the last time we lost. You know what I'm saying? I can't remember. I legit can't remember the last time we lost. Like we've added some, and obviously you put it eloquently, but I'll say we've added some, we're much stronger now. You know what I'm saying? There's much more of a solid base to work from. Again, and I agree with you when you said we need to put a good performance together from the first minute to the 90th, but at least we're getting performances from, say, the first minute to the 45th. or the 20th to the 40th. Like, we're having spells where we are controlling games. Do we need to improve on that again? Yes, but a lot of these players, again, you touched on it as well, just aren't good enough. And we're starting to see that in terms of now we're having more of the ball in certain games and having more spells. These players are looking worse. Like, how are we having 65% possession and as an attacking player, you're looking worse and you're missing chances and things of that nature? Like against, I think, was it the Burnley game? No, it was the Middlesbrough, 1 out of 2 anyway, where we had 30 shots, 9 on target, created 7 big chances and scored 1 goal. That's not good enough from the attacking players. Yeah, Middlesbrough. And it's the same with the Burnley game, and it's the same with the Southampton game as well. I feel like the Burnley game and the Southampton game are the exact same. I've said this before. It's the exact same.
Exactly. Like you said there, we are creating chances, but we're not converting these chances because players up front are making the wrong decisions, you know?
Facts.
So, yeah, I'm pleased about that because we're creating chances. We're actually doing something, but it's just that they're not clinical. And one day the penny will drop. I'm hoping it will drop soon, not later, because we've got big games coming up. So we need these players firing. But it's going to be a problem, of course. We've got problems up front. We've got problems in midfield. And we've got problems in defense, especially our captain as well, which we can always talk about. I've always got time for Slabhead. So I've always got time for him, you know, that fraud. 419.
We gonna get onto that, but yeah, you seem to be pretty much on the same wavelength as I do in regards to Ralph about him, and his style is gonna take time. And again, he was just coming to steady the ship. And Emmanuel, this is incorrect because you said I'm Team Ralph, but come on, Flawless, we just lost to Wolves a few weeks ago. Saying you can't remember is reaching from. No, it's not reaching. You know why it's not reaching? Because when we played Wolves, that was my birthday. My birthday is the 3rd of January. It's now the 15th of February. That was 6 weeks ago. That's a long time ago. That is a long time. 6 weeks is a long time. When's the last time under Ollie that we went 6 weeks without losing?
Bro, we were losing every week.
We was losing every week.
Every week.
We was losing every week. Like losing every week. And yes, again, do the results need to improve? But one thing I do like and I will bang on about is the performances have got better. Now we just need to get the results.
We're not conceding as much as we used to compared to the previous regime. No. We're only conceding 1 goal, and it's just about it.
Facts.
Most 2.
At most, I think we've conceded more than 1 goal. I think it's once in his entire reign, which I believe might be the Villa game. Someone will correct me in the chat if I'm wrong, but to my knowledge, we're not leaking goals. And again, that's why when I say we've improved defensively, people are like, oh, chances still get created against you. Yeah, because we're not perfect defensively, but I'm saying we're better defensively. Obviously, having Varane in there is a big help as well. Because even under the last regime, when Varane, if you look at our worst results when we were getting beat and he was conceding 3s, 4s, and 5s, more often than not, he was not playing. Again, somebody in the chat will be able to comment on that. But to my knowledge, our defensive record, I'm not seeing the numbers, just off my memory, I know our defensive record is miles better when Varane plays. And we've seen it. And Varane looks fine. He's been one of our better players this season. The only issue I've had with him is availability. But so far, recently, he stayed fit, which is a good thing. And you can see him. So, yeah, he's all well and good. Emmanuel says, if we draw today, I'm losing it, fam, honestly. Yes, it's better when we had Ollie freestyle, but we are Man United. We deserve more. Cedric, we deserve more. We do as a club, but we have to look at not Manchester United in name and look at the players we have. And Cedric, the players we have are just not good enough. Simple as that.
I know
that's what it is. Go on.
No, I know people want to say we deserve more, but we have to look at it in reality. We deserve what we get. Like, look at our club, like the state that they're in. So we can say we deserve more based on our past, but in reality, this is exactly what we deserve. We haven't focused on the fundamentals of our team structure and also upstairs. And of course, now this is the true reality. This is the true, and of course, I remember, I'll say this again. This is the true reality of how this is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's reflection of the team, because he said he left us in good hands. And this is the true Ole Gunnar Solskjaer team that's showing right now. This is the mess that he's made. So, of course, I said it before, some of this blame, like we saw on the post recently that Ralph Rangnick said that some of this blame is on Ole and people disagreed. It is on Ole. For you to get sacked halfway through the middle of a season, it means you're either shit or the team's not performing well. Yeah. And someone has to pick up your slack. Yeah. And of course, when you pick up someone's slack, it may not go well or it might go well. So, yeah, this is exactly what we're supposed to be getting, because we was lied to that this team was great in a great condition and they can win and they can go on to win titles, especially after how we finished last season, finishing second and also finishing runners up in Europa League. So we meant to be challenging, especially with the players we signed. So this is a true reflection of the mess, the true mess of Manchester United. So for me right now, I cannot complain of the situation that we're in. I've accepted it a long time ago. I've lowered my expectations a long time ago. Reality is with me right now.
Yeah. Well, I hear that. No, I hear exactly what you're saying there. Kind of Devil also says, we won't get to some more of the comments. Why don't we let Pogba play in Bruno's role? I have no idea, kind of Devil. We should. I'd love to see Pogba in a free role with two midfielders next to him, whether that's a Fred and a Matic, or a Matic and a McTominay, or whoever. Or even Bruno can do that. Where it's like, just have Bruno play a more disciplined role, 100%. And Kwesi says, people say United need a restart, but also expect us to also win. Restarts take time and patience is needed. No such thing as patience in the social media era. Kwesi, you're right. What you are saying is 100. People expected Ralph to join Manchester United to go from battling for top 4 to battling for the Premier League title. Like, you don't make that jump within 2 weeks. Like, that's impossible. Like, it is like cup competitions is different, but league is like, that's a consistency thing. And Mohammed says God just needs to delete United and press restart. Pretty much so. I don't think the players aren't good enough. I think they're prima donnas and only play when they want to, only when the environment suits them, like under Ollie's reign. Now, that means they're not good enough then, because what that means there, Emmanuel, even though I disagree with this, what that means is their mentality is not right. That's a problem. That's a problem. I seen, shout out to Rachel. I seen Rachel tweet this, and she was like, you have to have talent and application. You can't have one or the other within football. So if you can have all the talent in the world, and this is like anything, but if you don't apply yourself, you're not going to be successful in that field. And that's the problem with Manchester. Even though I believe these players aren't good enough, even if they are, let's say for argument's sake they are, they're not applied, they don't apply themselves. That's a mentality issue. What do we say about football? It's physical, there's physical attributes, there's technical attributes, and there's mental attributes as well. And if you don't have all three, you can have all the physical and technical attributes you want, but if mentally you don't have it, it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? And it's a wrap. Like, you can get away without being maybe the most technical if you play to your game type of thing. If you play to your strengths, I should say. Go on, Ivorian.
Absolutely. And then people like that only have one or the other end up like Jack Wilshere. True champions, if you want to play for a club like Manchester United, you need to have all of those attributes. You need to be mentally strong, physically strong, and have the ability to play football at that highest level, because that's how champions are made. Champions ain't made out of weak stuff like straws. No, just like my man Tyson Fury, you need to have the balls, the minerals, whatever, the liquid in your system to actually get there. And if these players are showing that they don't have it, they shouldn't be here. We don't mess with chumps at Manchester United. You need to be a winner, mentally strong. You know, someone throws something in your face, you wipe it off and you continue playing. That's the type of mentality that I like. Not get distracted and have a fist fight with the fans. No, stick to the game.
Facts. I agree. Right, 100%. You have to have that mental toughness when you are competing at the highest level. Absolutely. As well as the actual technical skill as well. Big up to my guy Eddie. Says, come on, G's, hit the like button, become a member if possible. Link for that's underneath in the description. Subscribe to Red United TV as well. Ivorian's channel is in the title, people. So you can click on it right now. And this live stream will keep going, and you can subscribe to his channel over there and check out his great content, talking all things Manchester United. And Kwesi, you're right. People argued Ollie has built a great team, but this shows the so-called cultural reboot was bullshit. It was. And I was fooled into that, because I thought one thing I did say, even though I wasn't a fan of Ollie, was like, right, he's actually left us in a good team. But I mean, with a good team, a good squad, and he hasn't. When you look at what's needed, like, we need first team players, to be honest. Where you rank them in terms of priority is a whole different conversation. But when I was thinking about this the other day, and I'm like, we need at least 4 or 5 first team players to me.
Absolutely. You look at the list, you only keep about 7 players. If they're lucky, if it gets to 7 players, you'll get rid of the rest or make them squad players. Let's be honest with yourself. We definitely need about 5 or 6 players to actually take our team to the next level. I don't know if the next level is to compete, but just to take our team to the next level, to play football the way that we would like them to play and enjoy. Definitely, I'm with you on that, Flawless.
Yeah. And Rigo here says teams have more confidence being just 1 goal down. So if we finished our chances, it would have been easier to control the game. Chances come early, missing only lets the other teams grow into the game. Yep. And that's what happened in our 3 previous games, Southampton, Burnley, and Middlesbrough. We're controlling the game, good first half, we score 1 goal, and then we don't finish the rest of our chances. And when you're 1-0, 1-0 is a dangerous scoreline, because all it takes is 1 mistake, a referee mistake, a piece of magic from the opposition team, and they're right back into the game, and it deflates you. This is why you have to kill teams off. Like football is a game of momentum. You have to, when you are on top, you have to finish the game. Go on, my bro.
And it also helps, even if you do concede a goal. Again, we spoke about the mentality, winners' mentality. Even if you concede a goal, your head should never drop. You look at each other in the face and say, "No, we're going to pack them in, right? Yeah, let's go again." But we don't have that. Everyone drops their head down as soon as we concede a goal, and that's how the second goal comes, or we end up drawing. And we don't need that no more.
Yeah, it's a mentality thing. And Crazy here says United need to move from star players and sign more consistent 7 out of 10 players who look to rise in level, build a team right now. The thing is, I think star players can be consistent because when you look at the star players for opposition teams and teams we're chasing, so that whether that's Liverpool, Chelsea, or City, the majority of their star players are consistent. City have a bunch of star players. They have a star-studded squad. The majority of their star players play 7 out of 10 week in, week out. 8, 9 games out of 10. The problem with our star players and the rest of our team is we're getting out of 10, 3, 4 good performances. That's not good enough. Same with Liverpool. Mo Salah more often than not plays well. And if he don't play well, it's kind of like, yeah, it's just a bad day at the office where we're not accepting of it as Manchester United fans, but we understand it's going to happen. And Emmanuel says, I disagree that because the players can go to another team and thrive. So again, it's the collection of all of them that's making it bad. Imagine if Fred went to City, he'll be a beast. The reason why I disagree with this is because we've let our ballers go. I don't believe Rashford goes and thrives somewhere at top level. I don't believe Bruno goes anywhere and thrives at a top level. I don't believe Shaw. I don't believe Wan-Bissaka. I don't believe Scott McTominay. I don't believe Harry Maguire. Look at all the names. I don't believe Cristiano Ronaldo. I don't believe Cavani. Look at it. I don't even know how many I've just named there, but I think that's about 10 players. I don't believe any of those players go to a top level and thrive. Fred, if he would, because I rate Fred, if he goes to City, he goes there as a squad player. He's not starting week in, week out. And that's the problem with Manchester United. And I say this all of the time. We are a squad full of squad players. For me, the likes of Bruno and Rashford and Cavani, Lindelof, Shaw, these men should be squad players for us. They're not good enough to be starting week in, week out. And that's the problem we have. None of them players I've just named go to one of the top 3 clubs in this country and start. Like, people think, oh, you're harsh on Lindelof and all this. The reason why I'm so harsh on Lindelof, because if he goes to any of the top clubs, any of the 3 top clubs in this country, he don't start for any of them. He's fourth best centre-back at best. So why is he starting for us? We should have players who, when we're doing combined 11s, can compete with Liverpool, can compete with City, can compete with Chelsea. Like, if we're talking Varane, you can argue Varane starts for all of them. I legit think he does, but what I'm saying is it's a debate. Same with Pogba, you can debate it. You know what I'm saying? And with Lindelof, you can't debate it. Maguire, Shaw, McTominay, like Fred, Bruno, Rashford, like Cavani, Ronaldo. These managers not it. Look at them, and they're the majority of the players who are playing. Hear what I'm saying? And we've let a lot, the likes of Martial, Donny, Diallo, who I think are ballers, let go. So I was like, all right, we'll see how January goes. I'm not liking what's happened in the window. But that's just my thoughts on it. These players are just not good enough. And I think we look to excuses and things outside. And it's like, yo, they're just not it. No one can't tell me Rashford's it. I'm sorry. He's not. Or Bruno.
Yeah. With Rashford as well. As much as I love him, he's my brother, man. He's my brother from another mother. Yeah. I want the best for him. I love it, but seriously, you're 24, 25, you're a big man in football, and you're still making wrong decisions at this age in football. This is your tender age where you're supposed to have it all. You're supposed to be competent. And we can all understand maybe he lacked the development because of the previous managers didn't really take him to the side and actually coach him properly. Yeah, you can say all of that, but sometimes players have to do it on their own, naturally. And if they can't do that on their own and they need someone to do that for them, then maybe they need to take a good look at themselves and see whether they deserve to be playing for Manchester United. And one thing that Manchester United done, especially that put Marcus Rashford off his game, was giving him 200k a week like he's a 20-goal scoring striker and give him the number 10. And that's what messes you up. You probably think you already made it. And 21 and the number 10 of Manchester United, and I'm 200k like I'm Harry Kane scoring 20 goals per season. I don't need to do any more. Simple as.
Yep. I hear that. And yeah, somebody actually please put, because me and Ivorian are going to talk on it as well in terms of the reported leaks from the dressing room. So can someone please put what Gary Neville said, his tweets, in the comments if you can. Mods, get on that. Make sure you hit the like button on the video. Subscribe to the channel as well. Cedric Ramos says, have you heard that Ralph is pushing for the permanent position? I hope we don't make the same mistake as with Ollie. This would also mean Ralph selling out to the Glazers. Right. With Ralph pushing for the permanent position, he's probably enjoying managing, if that is the case. So let's say hypothetically this is true. Like, I understand why he would want the job, because he's probably enjoying being back in management and managing the club the size of Manchester United with the resources we have and the talented players we have. But it would be a wrong mistake. I want Ralph to go. The reason why I got so gassed off the Ralph appointment wasn't him being the interim manager. It was him going into the consultancy role, getting his own guy in. Then that improves the relationship between the board and the manager. Then that should improve recruitment. Then that should enable us to create a style of play, have a philosophy, then buy players to fit a system. I've said this countless times already. Like, so when we go and sign for our fullbacks are of a certain profile, same for centre backs and every single position on the team. So then once that manager then goes, the next manager who comes in has a very similar philosophy and can use the players we have. Because at the moment, our squad is a mismatch. There's no such thing as a Manchester United player. Like, you can look at a certain player and go, he's a Klopp player. He fits Liverpool system. Or you can look at certain players and go, he's a Manchester City player. He fits Pep's system. Like, you look at, say, for instance, the Luis Diaz, who Liverpool just signed. He fits Klopp's system. I've only seen clips of him, but he looks like a Klopp player. Same way, for instance, I say Maximum looks like a Klopp player. He looks like he would fit that system down to a T. Type of thing.
You're speaking facts, because 10 years ago, I would look at a player and say that's a Manchester United team.
Yes.
Also lost in the source that we can't even say what a Manchester United player is anymore. You know, it's a Manchester United, very good on the ball, Manchester United, the right profile. Are they supposed to be good, fast? You know, before that, we was like, let's say, for example, a winger for Manchester United has to be quick, because we was known for having quick counter-attack and fast wingers that causes a lot of problems, that are very good on their feet. We can identify that as a Manchester United player. Now we don't know. All we identify players is passion, desire, and that's it. That's a Manchester United player. As long as they have passion, intensity, and desire, that's a Manchester United player.
And it's like, is that? Are we, no disrespect, are we Everton? Like, is that what that is? Are we just trying to survive? Are we just trying to get the right profile of player mentality wise in, and don't care about the skill level? Like, this is ridiculous. Grezzy also says United must be patient. If Ten Hag comes in, we might not finish higher than 4th next season. Question is, can fans be patient? They couldn't under Van Gaal. People must know Ten Hag has similar tactics. With this, ignore the fans. I've said this, Grezzy. The board and the people in charge, including myself, ignore us. Don't worry about us.
Yeah, bro, it's been about what? How many years has it been? How many years has it been since Fergie left? About 9 years.
Yeah, 2013.
Yeah, I believe we can be patient. It's been 9 years. My patience is no longer there anymore. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm still thinking that this could be another year of this shit, another 2 years of this shit. So yeah, I'm patient enough.
Yeah, with this, so it's like, they don't need to worry about us. All they need to worry about is getting Manchester United back to where we want them to be, and the fans will shut up. Fans are idiots, and this is of all clubs, not just Manchester United. Don't pay attention to us, because we are emotionally invested. Therefore, we can't make clear-cut, logical decisions, or we find it tough to. We have love for it. We need somebody who's going to be at Manchester United and look at it as a job, not as my dream job. I love being here, like the last regime. No, someone who's going to come in and look at Manchester United as a job and do what needs to be done. And if that is Ten Hag, I'm all for it. Because I've not seen a lot of Ajax, but I hear a lot of good things from my people who, like the likes of Aaron and others who watch much more European football than I do, that he has a good philosophy. Obviously, he's had success in the Champions League as well. And reports are he's unhappy at Ajax. So to me, it makes sense to get Ten Hag in. I don't see why not. As long as Ralph wants Ten Hag also wants to come. Those two are on the same page. Why not? And I've heard people say, "Well, we don't have his players." Yeah, those things take time. When Pep first came into Manchester City, they didn't have Pep players there. They had the board. Well, they had the people in the higher places there. They went and got loads of different backroom staff from Barcelona, but they didn't have the players. This is why he sold a whole load of players, and his first season was bad. Same with Klopp. If you go look at Klopp's first team, and his team now is completely different. So I have no issue with that with Ten Hag, as long as we're seeing gradual improvement. So say we finish 5th, 4th, whatever this season, and Ten Hag comes in and we finish 4th or we finish 3rd, but the playing style's better. There's a clear philosophy. The signings are good. We go deep into the Champions League or the Europa League, or we win the Europa League. We get to a final of the FA Cup or League Cup. Say, like, you're just looking to see gradual improvement. You're looking to and these players who are not good enough gone as well. So yeah, man, that's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping for.
That's what we want. With Ten Hag. We want everyone to be singing off the same hymn, like it's a Sunday mass service, bro. Yes. Everyone knows what song we're singing today. and what hymns were singing and etc. That needs to echo from the players to all the way to board level and even owners. And that until that happens again, we won't get there. But I want that to happen one day. When Ten Hag comes in and Ralph Ragnick goes upstairs, I want him to have a nice, clear dialogue with the Glazers. I want to see pictures of the Glazers having dinner with Ralph Ragnick discussing football like we saw on All or Nothing for the Tottenham, where you saw Danny Levy and Jose Mourinho sit down and discuss about the team, the plan, the football, the general happiness. Because I sat there watching that and I thought, did Ed Woodward do that with the previous regime?
Yeah, and it's highly unlikely it is. And you lot continue to get your questions in as well. This is on Eddie saying, I didn't find it funny at all. I thought it was disrespectful. I thought it was disgusting. In fact, this is Neville on the leak reports about. And somebody, please, can you put Eddie? I appreciate that. Can somebody please put the actual leak reports in the comments as well? Meza Ozil, you wilding with that comment. Gary Neville on dressing room leaks at United. The reality is we do not like it, but we know who it is. What's your thoughts on this, fam? I'll be back in 1 sec. I'm still here. 1 second.
Yeah, cool. My thoughts on the whole Gary Neville saying he knows who the dressing room leaks are. Might as well just say it, you know, because I feel like it's either an English player that has leaked it and he's trying to protect it. Because if it was Paul Pogba or Anthony Martial, you don't know that would be leaving his lips, and then everyone else would be starting to attack Paul Pogba and Martial. So I feel like it's probably an English player. Definitely, there are some dressing room leaks coming out from Manchester United because where are these reporters getting it from? They're not making it up, guys. They're not making it up. You know, they don't just randomly just make up their shit. They hear it. Even the Ted Lasso situation, maybe because Chris Armas is, I'm hoping he's American. They probably call him Ted Lasso for bants. But it's been taken the wrong way and been spreading into the media as a negative thing. So we don't know about that. So there definitely is some leaks, man. And with that, guys, man, but Gary Neville has to be honest and tell us exactly who the hell has been leaking. You can't just say stuff because I hate it. It's like when someone comes out of nowhere and says, guess what? Oh, nothing. You know, I was going to tell you something, but all of a sudden I don't want to tell you no more because, and you're like thinking, man, what the hell, man? How you going to come out of nowhere outside, man, and get me all excited and you don't really want to tell me what's up? You're going to obviously, at the end of the day, chase that person and say, listen, you need to tell me right now. Gary Neville needs to tell us exactly who's been leaking, clear the air, so we can know exactly who's been leaking this information. Back then, we had the Lukaku situation where he was leaking information. So that these things happen. So, but Gary Neville needs to say who, and please stop protecting or sugarcoating your. If it's an English player, stop sugarcoating and protecting him. Like let it out. If it's Mark Rashford, it's cool. We can handle it. He feeds our kids. We'll probably forgive him. You know. You get me? If it's Maguire, that's a different story.
Yeah, and I heard what you said on it, and that's my thoughts on it, because and most people figured that out. I've seen that all across the socials when people spoke on Gary Neville saying what he said. If you're gonna state, you know who it is, just say it, which lets us know it's an English player, because we know if this was Pogba, you would have said it. 110%. This was Pogba 100, which lets me know it's either an English player or someone you like or you're close to. So, like, if it was a Bruno, for instance, I don't think he would say. I'm saying the English players forget about it. Trying to figure the hair, I don't think he probably wouldn't say. You know what I'm saying? But if it was a Pogba, if it was, we'll just use him as the example.
Anthony
definitely.
Martial,
if it was Martial, 100%. Oh, if it was Martial, 100%. If it was Matic, we'd probably state who it was, and probably would. But we know what it is, and we know this, and that's what I don't like. I don't like it at all. How to be hashtag popcorn gang, hit that like, and that's my thoughts on it. Why are you just not saying who it is? I don't understand what you're trying to achieve, because Gary Neville will turn around and say he wants the best for Manchester United. Is that what's best for Manchester United? Then you don't like the reports and you know who it is, but you're not gonna say. You're just adding fuel to the fire.
This guy can say all the stuff that he wants the best for Manchester United, but you never wanted the best for Manchester United because you didn't want to say your friend is not good enough for the job. For the sake of your friend's future, you didn't want the best for Manchester United. You only spoke about the Glazers when it affected your job when it came to Super League. You didn't want the best for Manchester United, because if you wanted the best for Manchester United, you would have been echoing, being the voice, like Lil Durk, be the voice and the hero of Manchester United, seeking out the Glazers and getting rid of them. But you're not. You're not. You don't want the best for Manchester United. You just want the best for your pocket. I understand. We all want the best for our pocket.
That is facts. And don't worry, I will be starring comments and running back to any comments, people. So we will get to him, even if it's like off topic, because you lot are making some great points. Brush says it's all real. It's all very real. Housewives at the moment is peak. I've stopped paying attention now. It is. That's why I don't pay it no mind. Flawless United says, Flawless, I feel if Ronaldo goes to your city, he'll be good at United. He gets one chance, he misses. He gets no chances. If he goes City, he'll get 5, and he's a good goal scorer. If he misses, he knows he has more chances. I agree with this. Like, don't get me wrong. Ronaldo would score a barrel load of goals at Manchester City. But that doesn't mean that Ronaldo is the best fit for Manchester City, because I don't believe he is. I think any striker who's above average scores plenty of goals at Manchester City just because of the amount of chances they create. So, and Ronaldo, I believe, is better than an above average striker.
A non-professional can get some goals at Man City, bro, playing in that team. They'll
100%. I think I'd get at least 5.
We'll get tap-ins.
Yeah, tap-ins in it. Tap-ins galore, moving Sterling out of the way and that.
It's Michael, fam.
Move Sterling out of the way at the back stick, 100%. 100%. That's exactly what it is. And yeah, kind of devil, you're right. He won't name them because they're British. We know that. But yeah, Manchester, he would be fine. But Ronaldo's just not it. And people don't want to admit it. But how are we playing better when Ronaldo looks worse? That's a problem within itself. And it's more than the missed chances, because it pains me to admit it. Like, Ronaldo gives you goals or nothing else. He's that striker now. And that is something I've been critical of the past in terms of why I don't like other strikers. This is why I was critical of Lukaku when he was here. Because Lukaku gives you goal. When Lukaku was at Manchester United, he gives you goals or nothing. That type of striker is dead in the modern game, people. It might make a return if formations change. But currently, that striker's dead. If you look at the best strikers in the world, whoever you think they are, whoever your top 5 is, I guarantee 4 out of 5 of them they all give you more than goals. They give you something else, whether that's holding up the ball very well, running in behind, dropping deep and linking play, or they can drop deep, or they can get on a half turn and play through balls to their wingers like Harry Kane does, that type of thing. Like 100, like Ronaldo is he's not it no more, but he's 37, so I'm not expecting him to do that. Yeah, go on, fam.
Don't get it twisted. I was one of those guys that was going crazy when people was having a go at Ronaldo. I was like, what? The goal? Like this? Is this how you're attacking him? But the last 5 games, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I've seen it all. I've seen a Ronaldo that's like, bro, Ronaldo's really lost it. You can't a step over and he's tripping. That was the last game. The day that I saw Ronaldo bust a step over and trip, I was like, oh, this guy's lost it. He's just taking shots out of nowhere. He's not linking up play. So I can see the problems. He's not linking up the attack with other players as he's supposed to. Yes, he's dropping back. He's trying to cover ground to the best of his abilities, but he doesn't have the energy for it anymore. And you can see that, man. The fact that he's even snapping at shots, he's doing Marcus Rashford as well. He's doing up Rashford and Bruno stuff as well, trading up in the stink of Manchester United. So it's sad, man. It really is sad, man. But on top of that, what we can say to defend Ronaldo is that Manchester United are not feeding Ronaldo to his feet and in the air.
Absolutely.
They're not servicing him at all.
We don't feed him to his strengths. That is true. You know what I'm saying? That is true. And YG, I mentioned this. Like, Ronaldo does also get chances. I think it's a myth. And that's why I stated the fact we're playing better and he looks worse. And finishing chances is one thing you associate with Ronaldo at any age. But again, the reason why I'm not so critical is because he is 37 years old. There's no 37-year-old who's carrying a team. We see, like, Ronaldo is still Ronaldo, but he's not Ronaldo of old. The same way with Messi. Messi is still Messi. Messi playing today. Messi could score a brace and get man of the match. But he's not Messi of old. And however, Messi's mid-30s. Like, I don't know why people expect players to keep going at that rate. It's ridiculous. Big up Lewis in the cut talking about being the champions of something. The Daredevil says, hey, Flawless, how's it going? Hopefully we can get the win today after smoking draws. What are your thoughts, my bro? We can definitely win today. But then we're playing the team who have more draws than I think any other team in the league, which lets you know it's probably going to be a draw. I believe Brighton have more draws than anybody in the league. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I know they have a lot of draws. 100%. Bush says the thing to remember is that constructive criticism is not slander. Some in our fan base can't have an honest convo about Ronaldo and go, what about such and such? More than one
what
thing
about
can
Messi?
Be wrong. Yeah, and that's true.
Have you had an argument with a Ronaldo fan? You're talking about Ronaldo and he randomly just brings up Lionel Messi.
Yeah.
Like, dude,
or they bring up what he did 5 years ago, or they bring up his Champions Leagues. And the thing is, I'm a Manchester United, I'm a Ronaldo fan. Like, I'm a massive Ronaldo fan. It pains me to criticize Ronaldo because I'm old enough to remember when he signed. He gave me some of the greatest years of being a Manchester United fan. What's it called? He's one of my favorite United players of all time. He's one of my favorite footballers of all time. But he's just not it. And that's okay to say. because he's not Ronaldo in 2015. You know what I'm saying? This isn't Ronaldo when we had him in 2008. This is Ronaldo in 2022, and Ronaldo in 2022 is not what Manchester United want to be. And people can't have constructive criticism. I can. This is why I like this channel. I can constructively criticize a Cristiano Ronaldo, or even a Martial, or a Pogba, or any one of my favorite players, because I'm a Manchester United FC stan first. I want what's best for the club. I don't want what's best for the player. But the reason why I'm not as I want what's best for the player, because I know what's best for the player is probably in the best interest of the club. So if Ronaldo's firing and he's happy, then that's going to help United be successful. So that's why I want any player who puts on the shirt to be successful. But I'm going to call a spade and tell you these players are not good enough, and a lot of them are not. And this is why in the last regime, I was very critical of the last manager, because he signed a lot of these players who are not good enough and continued to play these players who are not good enough. And now we're seeing it. We're seeing it. Maguire's his signing. Now we have to stick that on him. That is on him. Wan-Bissaka is his signing. He continued to play Luke Shaw. He continued to play Scott McTominay. Bruno is his signing. Like, that's 5 right there. Players who were starting. Rashford is his guy. He continued to play. Ronaldo is his signing. Cavani is his signing. Dan James is his signing. How many more? Look, come on, man. Let's just call a spade a spade. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Absolutely. Bush also says Ron can play a bit part role and be effective, but we can't go into next season with Ron leading the line. Either he settles for super sub or continue the farewell tour and head to Sporting. I agree with this. I don't want to see Ronaldo leading the line for us. I don't. What's your thoughts on this, Ivorian?
Do you know what? Yeah, if when we in terms of leading the line for next season, is that your question?
Yeah.
Definitely for next season, we definitely need to sign a brand new young striker. That's got the energy, that can actually get himself involved in the attack, can connect the play, link up play, and actually score goals out of nowhere. And you know what, I'm going to go with this one, because there's only one striker that I believe should be at Manchester United that can do the thing and lead the line. Because next season, I expect Ronaldo to have a big part of a role to play, coming on the pitch, sometimes starting certain games. So yeah, I would love the player that I'm thinking of. I would love to see Erling Haaland come to Manchester United, because I feel like he's the only ideal striker that can really, really take us to the next level. There are many, but young, fast, strong in the air, strong mentality as well. That's a natural goal scorer that we need right now. So definitely him. But next season, I don't want to see Ronaldo starting. He's going to be 38. It's hard for me to see the goal do a step over and fall on the floor, and the opposition fans going, "Yay!"
Yeah,
it hurts.
Yeah, you don't want to see that. Yeah, it does hurt, man. You don't want to see that, man. Absolutely.
Yeah, next season, he needs to be on the bench, accept it that he's getting old, and then, of course, have that someone else come in. Because next season, we won't be having Cavani. Cavani won't be there. We don't need him anymore. He's hardly been here throughout his whole time, most of the time injured. So, yeah, next season, I definitely want to see a new striker, and Ronaldo probably be on the bench. I want to see Ronaldo retire at Manchester United, at least. But we don't know what could happen.
Yeah, like I don't even want him leading the line this season. The problem is it's between him and Cavani. Like, we don't really have a great option. So it's kind of like rotate. I do agree that there is a place for Ronaldo, but he won't want to do that. Ronaldo won't want to be an impact sub. He won't want to be a squad player. That's why, you have to accept it. But I think his confidence his confidence won't allow him to do that. The confidence he has in his own ability. So it's like, that's why he should be moved on. But again, this is why I didn't want Ronaldo in the first place. It's really sad.
He has to accept it for the benefit of the team. So if he claims it and says that he loves this team, he needs to accept that I'm older now. I can't play as much games as I can. Even me, I'm in my 30s. I accept that my sets game is not the same as I was when I was 20s. I know that these times, you know what? I want to slow down the rounds. I used to do 3, 4, 5 rounds when I was younger, but I know my body now. I'm a 1 round or 2 round max best. You know.
Oh my God.
Exactly. Accept your age. Accept exactly what you can do, and that's what Ronaldo needs to do. Accept that he's 37 or 38, and he can't give as much as he used to when he was young.
Oh my God. Jesus. And appreciate it's cool. Facts need to use agent Sancho to try to convince Haaland. If we were serious, that would be the move. Here's the thing with Haaland, because man is saying here in the chat, Haaland ain't happening. Haaland is going to City. Here's the thing. Haaland's options this summer are limited. Do I see him going to City? Potentially. I look at the 2 Manchester clubs as the best possible as the most likely destinations, because Real Madrid still have Benzema. Lewandowski is still at Bayern Munich, so that rules out those two. I wouldn't go to Barcelona. Italian clubs can't pay that type of money. Where else is there for him to go? Maybe Chelsea come back in for him. Maybe Chelsea. Does he want to go to PSG if Mbappe leaves? Is that really the move? Is that really the move?
It's not the move.
And it's not the move to try and elevate, to go from, because Haaland's at that point where he now needs to make that jump to show, on the big stage, I'm that guy. That's where he is. So he's looking to go from Dortmund to Manchester United, Manchester City, at Barcelona, Real Madrid. And when I say those teams, I'm just talking about in terms of like eyes on them. Like if he goes to Barcelona, that's a massive move for him. But Real Madrid are not getting rid of Benzema for Haaland. Not this season. Are you seeing how Benzema's been playing this season? Not a chance. Not a chance. And same with Lewandowski. If Lewandowski or Benzema had slowed down at their clubs, I'd understand. Why would you get rid of them, man, at this point when they're still playing well?
Like, they're still at their peak. Lewandowski, they're in their 30s, but they're still at their peak.
Still balling. They're still
doing
balling.
Better than they used to be. They're like fine wine. As wine ages, it tastes better and it gets better.
Facts. And these men are aging like wine in terms of their form. Like their form is aging like wine. Like it's getting better with it. Maybe the season after, and I've spoken on this. So I don't see him going Real Madrid. I don't see him going Bayern Munich. Why he go Barcelona at this point? The thing is with Bayern Munich want him, but one, Lewandowski's there. Two, will they pay that money? Because Haaland's big piece. Let's not forget, he's big wages. He's big wages.
I've read reports they're not willing to pay that big money.
Yes.
Bayern Munich don't pay big money as well in terms of wages. They have a wage structure and they stick by it.
And that's it. They don't want to break that. Now, if we're talking the season after the next, if we're talking 2024, then I can see him going to a Bayern Munich or Real Madrid. City, I look at and go, yes, definitely City one. Maybe Chelsea, if they can get rid of Lukaku, they go in for him. And then United, I would put third on that list. But if I'm him, I say this as a United fan, why would you come to Manchester United? I wouldn't come to a project. I wouldn't come to. That's why I wouldn't go Barcelona. I'm going to a team that's ready to win now. I'm going to a City. I'm going to a Chelsea if I'm him. That's what I'm saying. I'm nipping in the cut as well. They'll get Benzema and Haaland at the same time. Real Madrid is the pinnacle for players like that. He'll happily hold bench. I disagree. No, he's not. Haaland is not going anywhere. Haaland's going to make this big, massive move, the big move of his career, go to the iconic Real Madrid and wear the white shirt to hold bench. He's not doing that. To stagnate his career. He's not. He's not doing that. No. Especially with the way that Real Madrid are moving, because it's looking like they might sign Mbappe. It's possible
definitely.
Sign Mbappe.
Shell a lot of money in terms of his salary, because at the end of the day, it's a free transfer. They're going to pay him mad peas. If they can sign Pop, I don't think they'll have it within their budget. And people know that Real Madrid financially are not as strong as they used to be. They had to take loans. They save money on the side. When have you ever heard of Real Madrid? Man, saving for my PS5. What? You get me?
Facts.
Like big boy Real Madrid are saving money. They say they held money for Mbappe during the summer. They had money in the reserve. They were saving peas.
Yeah. So I definitely don't see him holding. Haaland's not going anywhere to hold bench. He's going somewhere to be that main guy. 100%. Because that's what I get from him. He seems like that type of character. Why would you leave Dortmund? He's the hottest property on the market right now. Absolutely. Why would you go somewhere and sit bench? I would say that he's more high profile. He's a hotter property than Mbappe. It's him and Mbappe, but I'd say it's him. Yeah, Haaland's the guy. He's the one that people
to put straight in your first team. He's a player that you signed to put straight in your first team to replace whoever's there.
Facts. And Emmanuel Donnarumma, in no disrespect, Haaland is not Donnarumma. It's not the same thing. Haaland is not Donnarumma. Donnarumma's cold, one of the most sought after, but he's a goalkeeper. Haaland is the star boy. He's looking to be the next poster boy of football. He is not going to Real Madrid to sit on the bench. He's not doing that to stagnate his career. He's not at all. And Eddie's saying Barca are about to cook the books to get Haaland. Like I said, if I'm him, why would you go there? I don't understand why you go there. It's like I don't know why you'd go, unless he might be that type of character who is like, I'm going to build. But to me, like, you're going into the not even in the peak of your career, like. But why would you go to a project? Go somewhere and win now. You know how many trophies he could win.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how much he's won. I'm not sure.
You go to a ready-made team because you're already there. You don't need to develop anymore. You want to go to a ready-made team where you can win trophies, but also it will take you to the next level of your career.
Yes.
And that is, you're right. That's a Real Madrid move right there. I would love to say it's a Manchester United move, but that's more of a Man City move, you know, for
How
Haaland.
much you want to bet on if Flawless are ready to drop P's? What, that he goes to Real Madrid and holds bench? All right, if the
No
move
way.
happens this summer, because I don't believe the moves happen, we'll have it then. So wait until the move is finalized and we'll discuss. Because I guarantee you, he's not going Real Madrid to hold bench.
Never.
So that means either Benzema's moved on or they've changed the formation. There's no chance he goes to Real Madrid and holds bench. So Ancelotti could leave. The new manager comes in and they're like, right, we're gonna play 3-5-2, for instance. Then I can see it happening. But there's no chance he's going to Real Madrid to hold bench. Not a chance. Like, I just checked Donnarumma's stats. He's played 10 league games, I think, out of 20 odd for PSG and League On. There's no chance Haaland is doing that. It's Haaland on the bench. You crazy. You're moving mad with that. No chance. Where else we at? VJ says it's raining in the stars. Pochettino will come to Old Trafford with Harry Kane. Unfortunately, VJ, I can see this happening. And when I say unfortunately, I'm not talking about the first half. I'm talking about the latter half, because I don't want Harry Kane at Manchester United. Poch, I'm not mad at. As long as Poch is Ralph's choice, I'm cool with that. I have no qualms with that. But I don't want Harry Kane. What's your thoughts on this, Ivorian?
Definitely, I'm tired of this Harry Kane rumors. Sorry, mate, we're not going to pay over 100 million for someone that gets injured midway through a season. 5 years ago, I would have been up for it, yeah, but not anymore. He's almost 30 now. And with the Pochettino situation, I'm with you at the same time. I would only go for it if Ralph approved that this guy can play the way that we want Manchester United to be playing, the new Manchester United way. But I'm more lenient towards Ten Hag because I want something new, something different, you know. Let's go for something new for Manchester United. Let's do the Manchester United way. Let's not go for anyone's ex. Like, forget that, bro. Let's get a new thing, which is Ten Hag, you know, the new football, new generation of football, new way of playing. We don't need someone's ex that's been there, done it before. But I'll still go with it, you know, with the Pochettino. But I'm more swinging to the Ten Hag, and also my legend, my GOAT, Zinedine Zidane. You know, I always pray for that, but we know exactly he's got no interest in England. He's got no interest in the Premier League. He's got no interest in speaking English. And it's probably going to end up being the French manager or the PSG manager.
Yeah, it makes sense. The French manager or the PSG manager, 100%. I could see that happening, especially the French job as well. Or he's got options with those two. That's the problem United have with trying to get Zidane is he has two options that are miles better. And that's me saying that as a United fan. Like, if I'm advising Zidane, I'm saying you go PSG or you go France to the French national team. Probably the French national team. I'd probably advise him to go that first, but it depends if he wants international management or whether he wants club management. Mezit says, Flawless, what do you think about Haaland? Oh, yeah, I'm back to that. The reason why I don't want Kane is because he's day one, injury prone, and just not it. Like, he's a top quality centre forward, but we need to go younger. Like, again, this comes back to recruitment, and we need to be smart with recruitment. Go get someone 6-7 years younger who's going to be half the price. Flawless, what do you think about Haaland going PSG when Mbappe leaves? It could happen. I believe it would just be really underwhelming. I'd be weird. That's a proper, like, with Haaland, you're expecting him to make that big jump and cement himself as the poster boy of European football, and he goes PSG. It's just very underwhelming to go from the Bundesliga to Ligue 1. I'm expecting him to make the jump to La Liga or make the jump to the Premier League or even Serie A. It's very underwhelming. Like, especially with Mbappe, who's looking like he could go to Real Madrid. And I think a link up between them two could work. And
there is no could. He will be going to the club that he supports. That's his dream club. That's the support. He's going to go on a free. That's happening.
No, I hear that. And Emmanuel, this is incorrect. Benz is 35. He can't play week in, week out. There's room for him. Why can't he play? He's playing week in, week out now. He's got 17 goals in 21 in 21 league games. Benzema is showing no signs of slowing down. Like, what are we talking about? Like, this is incorrect. Like, Benzema just going to get to next season and can't play. Benzema is one of them. He's the exception to the rule. He's one of them special players. I could see him playing at 36, 37, 38 because he's that good. He's technically that good. His footballing IQ is that good that he'll be fine. His mentality is that good. I hope he passes the fitness test today because I want to see him play today because he might be on the bench. But he's played 21
this
games.
This is an interesting question now. As Manchester United fans, depending because on our mood right now and how we feel about our club, there's a big game on today, and I'm absolutely crushed that we're playing at a similar time to a match that I was looking forward to watch. I was licking my lips when the draw came out. Will you Manchester United fans, will you be watching PSG versus Real Madrid, or will you be watching Manchester United versus Brighton, or will you try and watch both?
I'll answer that. I'm doing a watch along. I'm watching both though. I'm 100% watching both. 100%. I'm not missing. That's the glamour tie. I'm not missing the glamour tie. I'm not missing Benzema. My favorite striker currently in Europe, and I don't get to watch him as much as I would like because I just don't really have interest in the league. So I'm not missing this. I hope he plays. I want to see PSG versus Real Madrid.
Definitely.
I want to see it. Like it's the glamour tie of the round. People are like, oh, you watching United, Brian? Yeah, I watch both. I'm not missing them. I'm not missing Messi playing against Real Madrid, Neymar playing against Real Madrid, Mbappe playing against Real Madrid, Benzema, Modric, Cruz, Casemiro, all of these ballers. Like, yeah, it's a glamour tie. We're not doing that. No. Like, I'm sorry. Like, if you look at the other games in the Champions League, like that was the tie. That's the standout tie.
Definitely.
Well, I'm gonna watch both. Don't worry, people. You will get a watch along, which will start at 7:45 p.m. So it'll be half an hour before kickoff for the United Brighton game and 15 minutes before kickoff for the PSG Real Madrid. I will do a watch along on the channel. But yeah, I'm definitely watching both. I'm not missing that because I think that could be one of them games that one of them ties, and you go, right, remember when PSG played Real Madrid? One of those. It could be that entertaining. There's so much talent. There's so much talent on show on both sides. Like, this is what the Champions League is all about. This is why we love it. Because it pits the best versus the best. You got Poch versus Ancelotti. You know what I'm saying? You got Poch who's trying to break into that bracket of the A-level managers and sit at that table. You got Ancelotti, who is one of the best managers of all time. Like, he's solidified. Like, Ancelotti's been managing at the highest level longer than people in the chat have been alive. Like, let's not do this. Like, Ancelotti's won, I think he's won 3 Champions Leagues. This guy's won leagues in every major domestic country. I'm saying in every European league, every like multiple Champions League, multiple leagues. Like, this is Ancelotti. And then you add in the fact it's PSG versus Madrid. So you got Messi, Mr. Barcelona, playing Real Madrid, Neymar playing Real Madrid, Mbappe, who could be going to Real Madrid, playing against him. You got Di Maria, you got Verratti, you got Donnarumma if he starts. Like, look how many. Hear what I'm talking. And then on the Real Madrid side, you got Benzema, you got Vinicius Jr., who's been in good form. You still have Modric, you still have Cruz, who are 2 of my favorite central midfielders. You got Casemiro, you got Sergio Ramos, who could potentially play. Mr. Real Madrid playing against Real Madrid.
I thought he was hitting bench and just being injured.
He's been injured, but I don't know if he's fit today. I don't know if he's fit. I hope so, though. I don't know if he is. But imagine the scenes Ramos scoring a winner today against Real Madrid, or scoring a winner in the second leg at the Bernabeu. Like, you can't, like, this is what you love football for. And the reason why I'm talking about this as a storyline, because it's not my team involved. So I can watch it as a neutral. If it's my team involved, I'm not talking about it like this. It's a serious situation. But yeah, back to the point, Benzema can definitely play week in, week out, because he's been playing week in, week out. Yeah, man. Say no more, Flawless. You like quality, big players, big teams, big stages, peak. Absolutely in that.
Absolutely. That's what we're here for.
That's what I'm, outside of being a Manchester United fan, that's what I like about the Champions League. Even when Manchester United are not in the Champions League, I still watch it for these ties. We want to see the best versus the best. Ramos is injured. That's unfortunate. Man's reeling off names, baller after baller, 100%. And we might not get this tie again. When you look at the other tie today, nobody cares about it. You lot in the chat probably don't even know what it is. It's Sporting C. Nobody don't care. Let's keep it real. No one ain't interested in Sporting Lisbon versus Manchester City.
Nah,
Sporting Lisbon fans.
They don't. Yeah, exactly. So not even Man City fans are interested.
Yeah.
Watch this.
About 5 out of 10 Manchester City fans are interested in it. Big up to Dan. Says big up, lads. I think I'm going to kick back and watch actual football tonight and watch PSG versus Madrid. Big up my guy Dan Silly, man. Every time. Is this true? Benzema's not playing tonight. Well, hopefully he'll be back for the second leg. Hey, EFAC, if Messi goes, he goes. If he plays well, he plays well. It's just going to be an interesting watch. Here how we're talking about it. There's so many things. Look at the chat already. Look how many things have been named and we're talking about in regards to Benzema, if he's playing or not. Is Ramos playing or not? Is Messi going to play well? Like, there's so many variables. Big up Flawless and everyone in the chat dropping a like. Big up Eddie as well, my guy. Big up. See, man, I'm saying Benzema starting. Like, I'm very much looking forward to it. What else we at?
Yeah.
Big up Kenan in the cut as well. Let me get back to, yeah, man, I went off on one because I was just enjoying it. And hey, Flawless United, if you'd rather watch United versus Rochdale than Madrid-Liverpool, fair. It's Madrid. Yeah, because Madrid-Liverpool's not really a glamour tie. PSG to Real Madrid is. You got 2 of my favorite managers. You got so many of my favorite players. So this is a personal goodie for me. That's what I'd say.
It's like the biggest tie, man. Definitely, I would just urge everyone to watch that because you end up crying if you watch Manchester United versus Brighton. That's what it will do. I say it now. We end up crying.
This guy, yo, this guy. Emmanuel says he'll still play, but I'll have a Modric role in the squad. They'll play in the big games, and Haaland will play the smaller games. Flat track bully without the Timberland boots. Hey, if Haaland does that, I'd be very disappointed in that move. Very disappointed if he goes there to play second fiddle. Very, and I think I heard rumors saying Benzema said if they do sign Haaland, he wants out. Benzema trying to play, like I said, man's balling out. Why would you want to?
Exactly.
He's
So yeah,
balling
it will
out.
be a threat. It will be a threat to his position, and I understand that. He won't take it lightly. That if you sign Holland, then that means I need to cut.
Yeah, and Benzema's good enough to play for anybody. This is the thing. Benzema can play for any team in Europe. He's arguably the best striker in Europe at 34. Like, let's not it's him and Lewandowski. Whoever you want to pick is your preference. But he's good enough to play for any team in the Premier League, any team in La Liga, any team in Serie A. Like, let's not do this. You know what I'm saying? In that, like, let's not act like Benzema is not Benzema.
Exactly.
Like, he's not been balling out and has been balling out. And it's not just the goals thing, because even when he was scoring less goals, look at what Real Madrid did. Like, you take him out of that team, it's not the same, man. Like, we're not going about to disrespect Benzema on here. No chance. Baller.
Trust me. I'll take him. Right now, I'll even take him ahead of Ronaldo because Benzema offers a lot.
Absolutely.
He offers a lot. Link up play and everything.
Absolutely.
And goals.
Absolutely.
He's been setting up Ronaldo his whole entire life at Real Madrid. It's nothing.
Baller. Absolute baller in that. You know what I'm saying? Eddie's saying, yeah, Bayern is definitely a possibility. Bayern is. If Haaland, I don't know if you're talking about Benzema or Haaland, but it is a possibility is if they want to pay the money.
Yeah.
But I hear that. I hear that. So is this the team? All right. Real Madrid. Courtois, Carvajal, Militao, Alaba, Mendy, Modric, Casemiro, Cruz, Asensio, Malak, Karim Benzema, and Vinicius Jr. Now we're talking. Look at that team.
What's your opinion on young Vinicius Jr.? Because I used to call him a bona fide scrub last season, the season before that. Never was really impressed with Vinicius Jr. Now this season he's helping carry Real Madrid and he's being the man.
Hey, you know what it is? This is why shame works. Like, you know, like people will call it bullying. Remember when he was in the tunnel and Benzema got caught on accident saying Vinicius Jr. is playing against us and that. Sometimes shame is needed. Sometimes harsh criticism in the public eye is needed. And look how it's worked out for Vinicius Jr. He's balling out. You don't want that again. Benzema said, on my mother's life, he's playing against us. Don't pass him the ball. That's what he said. You know what I'm saying in that? And now look at Vinicius Jr.
I wish Ronaldo told everyone else about Maguire's playing against us.
Maybe Maguire would improve. Maybe he needs that. Yeah. Maybe he needs that. You know what I'm saying? Vinicius Jr. in that. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. But yeah, he's been on foot. But he does have, like, I don't think it was a lack of talent, but he wasn't applying himself. And Benzema's clearly got the best out of him, and they've both been balling out, as is Benzema. But I'm glad this has happened. Let's see if the PSG lineup's out. Hold up. If it is, please drop it in the comments. Because I want to know who's playing for PSG as well. You actually search this up and see what's what. I'm literally having a look right now. Let's see if it's out. Because the game ain't too far away. There we go.
Have you got the sign lineup?
Yeah, I'm having a look for it now. But now they've only got the predicted lineup still. They've only got the predicted lineup. But it's not in the predicted lineup. It doesn't have Ramos for PSG, but it has Donnarumma starting, and then everyone else is pretty much fit. It's got front three. Verratti's there. Mendes is there. Marquinhos is there. Hey, I'm all for it. I'm all for this. Let us know in the chat, people.
Definitely the lineup. Oh, I don't know. They released 25 minutes ago. Yep, I think the Real Madrid lineup is correct.
That's correct. Okay, cool.
Yep, but it's just not. PSG hasn't released their lineup on their website, but Real Madrid have.
All right, cool. Well, we like I said, we will be doing a double watch along, people. Is it? Yeah, we'll see, Emmanuel. It is about quality. Like, you just don't get rid of a Benzema in that type of form. But we'll get back to United anyway. If you take all the pros and cons of Poch and Ten Hag, I think it'll be very, very close. Because I don't know a lot about Ten Hag. I can't compare the two. I know obviously a lot more about Poch because he's played, well, he's managed in this country. And I know much more about the pros and the cons of what's it called, of Poch. And yes, but the thing is, every manager has cons. And what I don't like is people will switch up narratives to suit their argument. So people will say, I don't want Poch because I want a serial winner. but then Ten Hag's not a serial winner. But then they'll
Well,
turn
he
around and say, I
has.
want Ten Hag.
But
But that,
Ten Hag
the key there is
has
serial.
won.
He's won,
Yeah.
he's won 2 Dutch leagues and 2 Dutch FA Cups, which is good. My point is that's not a serial winner. So they'll turn around and say, Poch is not it. He's not a serial winner. But then gas up Ten Hag, who's won 4 trophies. To me, that's not a serial winner. A serial winner is over at least 5, 6, 7 years and you're winning multiple trophies. And that's not me taking a shot. That's me just stating that don't switch up. There's pros and cons to each manager. The perfect manager don't exist, people. The perfect manager don't exist.
No, not at all, not at all. Even with Ten Hag, the people, if they think they got hurt and they're very, very close. I've seen Ten Hag in the way Ajax play. With Poch, it's very difficult for him to do what he's doing at PSG because PSG players are quite similar to Manchester United play. They want to play freestyle football. You come with tactics, they look at you funny and don't adopt your tactics and your way of playing to the way they want to play because they're all a bunch of prima donnas and they all like to just talk to the board and not the manager himself. So yeah, with Poch, it's hard. We've seen what Poch done in the Premier League, the style he plays, the football he plays, but we've seen Ten Hag, and Ten Hag's football is far more attractive. Maybe because it's the Ajax way, and it's also he also adopted the Gurgen press system when he was at Bayern Munich under Pep Guardiola. So he's got that element of learning from Pep as well, which excites me as well. So yeah, and the fact that with Ten Hag, I can see him flexing more with Ralph Rangnick there, you know, because something tells me Ralph Rangnick probably prefers him to Poch based on the style of play, the way Ten Hag will attack with his team, his philosophy is quite similar to probably Rangnick's philosophy, whereas Poch is much more different. Poch doesn't. We like to play with wingers. Poch doesn't like to play with wingers. Poch likes to play with 3 number 10s. Which is something different that we're not used to, you know. We want to play 4-3-3. Ideally, I don't know about how you feel, but I want Manchester United to be playing 4-3-3, not 4-2-3-1.
I like 4. I do like 4.
Prefers 4-2-3-1. So
but
it
then
depends.
that's a conversation for, and what I like about what you've just mentioned there, that's a conversation for Ten Hag, the board, and Poch to all have if they do go into negotiations. All right, what formation are we going to play? What system are we going to play? What's the philosophy going to be? What's the profile of player? Are we looking to play 2 wingers and a wide players, or is it going to be 2 10s and a 9 or 3 10s? Like, what is the plan? And I think Poch can adapt because if I remember correctly, because he was 4-2-3-1 in his most successful stint at Spurs, if I remember. So yeah, it depends. 110%. It depends. But yeah, with the pros and cons, I don't know enough about Ten Hag to say what his pros and cons are. But I would do I prefer Ten Hag over Poch? Yes, simply because I think the Poch boat sailed, and I think you spoke on it. We should have got Poch during that period. That time when he was on M&F, and now it's kind of like reheating McDonald's. We should have, that was it.
Yeah, you don't want reheated chips from McDonald's.
Yeah, man, you don't want to reheat McDonald's, man. That's not it. And Prime, this is a good question. Large up Peter as well in the cup, my brother. You can catch him on the channel all the time. Make sure you get the likes up. Run the likes up, people. Because we got over 50 of you lot watching, and we're not even at 50 likes, so get the likes up. How many trophies do you need to be a serial winner? See, that's the thing is, Prime, that varies because mine might be different to yours, Prime, and then both of ours might be different to Ivorians. To me, if we're talking serial winner, we're talking over, it's a number of years. So it's not, I don't have a set amount of trophies. It's more so over a number of years. So say, for instance, over a 5-year period, I use 5-6 years as an example. You have to be winning multiple trophies. If you've won over a 5-year period, 6, 7, 8 trophies, to me, you're a serial winner. If you're picking up 6, 7, and of course, context matters in terms of the caliber, the prestige of the trophy. So say, for instance, you're just picking up domestic trophies. So FA Cups and League Cups over a 5-6 year period. You can be a serial winner, but you're not what Manchester United want. But you'll be good for Arsenal. You know what I'm saying in that? You'll be good for Arsenal. You know what I'm saying? You'll be good for Everton. You know what I'm saying? You'll be good for our Wolves. But where we're trying to go, that's facts. But where Manchester United are trying to go, domestic trophies, being a serial winner in domestic cup competitions isn't enough. I'm saying, I look at someone like Conte. He's a serial winner because he seems to, wherever he goes, he wins domestic cup competition, domestic leagues everywhere he's gone. But then when you look at Conte's record in Europe, it's horrific. So if you're trying to be successful in Europe, why would you hire Conte? His record is terrible. He's won 1 knockout tie in his entire career, and that was against Neil Lennon's Celtic. This is why when Spurs fans get gassed up talking about being in Europe and all this, you have Not only do you have a terrible team, number one. Number two, you have a terrible record in Europe and just terrible record in like you man got 7. Last time you were in Champions League, you man got 7-0 by Bayern Munich. You know what I'm saying you man can't get past Dynamo Zagreb. So you want to go into the Champions League with Antonio Conte? Good luck, innit? Good luck with it.
It don't work like that.
Imagine my guy come in the cut says, "Come on, Brighton, you're a joker."
Serial winner to me is similar as what you think right there. A manager that wins the domestic title probably year after year after year, wins the European titles and also the cups. For example, we can give many examples. Of course, you've got Jose Mourinho, who's a serial winner, although he has been lacking in the last couple of years. But he is a serial winner. Just like Conte is a serial. You got Sir Alex Ferguson, who was known as the GOAT of being a serial winner. You've got Pep Guardiola as a serial winner. You can't call Jurgen Klopp is not a serial winner. I'm sorry. I don't count 3 trophies in the space of 6 seasons.
But you know what's crazy? Winner. The reason why I'm going to cut you off there, because that's why that proves right there, because Jurgen Klopp is one of the better managers in Europe. So that means you don't have to be a serial winner to be successful.
Yeah, but he's not a serial winner, though. He's not a serial winner. You know, I can't credit someone that I can credit him for what he's done, but I'm not going to call someone a serial winner only winning 3 trophies in 6 years. Yeah, and it's not like it's back to back. It's like this season we win 1 trophy. The following season we win
I get your point.
Trophy. Next season we don't win any trophies. That season there we won a trophy. It don't work like that for me.
I get your point. And big up to Cam. He says, wait, yeah, Cam, you've not been around. That's why. And that's not a shot at you. That's why it is. Nah, I'm not on the Poch train. Because like I said, we should have got him during that period. And now that time's just gone. Like, it's reheating McDonald's, fam. Like, it's not like reheating Chinese. This is reheating McDonald's. And again, if Poch did actually land at Manchester United, I wouldn't be against it. Just because one, his chan is fire. You know what I'm saying? And that his chan is fire. That his magic, is cold. Secondly, I'm just hoping that it's Ralph's pick. I've said whoever Ralph wants to get in, I'm all for. But to me, there's better options than Poch now. Like that boat has sailed on that. That being said, all can change. If he knocks out Real Madrid, if he wins the Champions League, I could be singing a different tune. But to me, it's just not it, man. We should have got him after he left Spurs was the perfect opportunity, man. We should have been his introduction to the big time and that pressure. It shouldn't have been PSG. And I think we messed up. That squad at that time, I believe, was perfect for him. When he was on MNF and he was talking about the United team, and he was a come and get me play.
And he was talking,
like, yo, ring me.
Man said, if I was Manchester United manager, I would do this.
Yes.
You don't just say that without no fire, no smoke in the fire, bro. Don't just say that, bro. If I was Manchester United, he was disregarding Oli as manager, bro, and said, if I was the manager of Manchester United, I'll have this player there and I'll have this player there. So he was dreaming about it. That was the time. But hell, it never happened. And we ended up with someone else.
Yeah, absolutely. And that, 100% Cam, I got more information on the Poch thing. And I was like, this ain't it. Like, timing is key. Timing is absolutely vital. And that was the time. I think this is the wrong time. When I look at the team we have now, this don't suit Poch right now.
Like, but this team we had at that time suit any manager, because again, I said it before, we have a bunch of individuals who have different qualities. That's where you can easily throw, but if they go to play for their country, they slap, they bang, because they know how to use them and they've got the qualities to play in that system. Remember, I keep on saying, we have different players, we have different styles. Their strengths don't match the other teammate's strength. Yeah. That might be the other teammate's weakness, and that's the problem with Manchester United.
And so to me, because we're in a rebuild now, because we actually genuinely need a rebuild. Like we did when we're talking initially when Poch at that point maybe was going to join Manchester United. But this is a bigger rebuild. So the reason why I want Ten Hag is because he comes from the Ajax system. He comes from the Ajax system, and the Ajax system has been longer than some of you lot have been alive. The Ajax system has been in place. You know what I'm saying? And it's been, and it will continue to. Like, Ajax have been producing footballers at a high level since the early, like before the 70s they have, and it's continued all the way up until now. A lot of people's favorite players came from the Ajax system. So why would I not want Ten Hag? He adds stability, and I don't see him wanting to move and go elsewhere. I could see Poch maybe wanting to go elsewhere. I could see Real Madrid coming in for Poch when he's at Manchester United and him wanting to leave. 110%.
Absolutely.
Bear in mind, he's managed there. He's managed Espanyol, which means I don't think he'll manage Barcelona. But I believe for him, the big job is Real Madrid. I believe for Ten Hag, and I could be wrong here, people, the The big job is Manchester United. I can see him rejecting a Real Madrid, and I can see him adding stability. So I'm all for it. And we need a rebuild like that, and we need that structure. And to me, that is Ten Hag currently, because I like how he plays. Obviously, I've only watched Ajax every now and then, but I like how he plays at Ajax. I like that system, and it's his system. And then that sets it up for the next manager. And also what Ten Hag will do is he'll bring in his own guys, which I also like. And then when he moves on, the next guy will land. Yeah, go on.
Especially if Rangnick's there, yeah, definitely we need Rangnick to be there so he can oversee that he gets his own people in, the right players, the right coaches at the right level of competency as well, because we still have my man's leftovers at Manchester United, and to the extent that we had to throw in Fletcher on the bench to help support Rangnick. And people need to understand as well, with Rangnick, he never got his coaches, so we're still working with the same coaches. So how do you expect things to change just like that? If you still got the same man that were effing up before, like, for example, your set-piece coach, he's still there. We haven't scored a set piece. We haven't scored a set piece the whole entire season. We're in February, and we haven't scored a set piece, and he's still there.
Facts. You spitting facts. It's ridiculous. Big up to Dan United in the cup as well.
It's going to take some time. So, definitely, I hope when Rangnick goes upstairs, definitely the coaching needs to change, and Ten Hag can bring his people. And that's what I prefer.
I thoroughly hear that. And speaking of Ten Hag, of course, I've not seen anything of Anthony, so I don't know, but his name continues to pop up. United are set to intensify their interest in Ajax winger Anthony, with the Brazilian said to want to play in the Premier League. We'll find out, like I said, but it's an easy link to make until like a reliable source says it. And that's no disrespect to Graham Bailey, because I don't know if he's a reliable source, but it's easy. The same way Poch is coming in, so United are going to get Kane. It's easy to go. Ten Hag's coming in, so we're going to take Ajax's player. Donny's going to come back and ball out. We're going to go get Ziyech. We're going to look at De Ligt. It's easy to look at current Ajax players in the team and players he's had in the past. It's very easy to do. Not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying it's a very easy link to make. And Peter makes a great point here. He says a lot of people will use his stint at PSG against him. PSG hasn't been beneficial for any manager's career. It is a poison chalice.
Tuchel spoke about it. Tuchel said it was hard for him to implement his philosophy. That's what I was saying with Poch. He's been unlucky because he's gone there, and these men want to play freestyle football, the football that they want to play. So he can't really implement his style of play. But luckily, we've seen that at Southampton, and we've seen that at Tottenham. So he's got credit in the bank when it comes to us, on our opinion. But unfortunately, him at PSG is just not working out. It's not. Yeah.
It's not, and like I've said, this is why I don't think Poch is finished. But I think Poch needs to, once he leaves PSG, if he's not successful there, because he could be, he needs to go elsewhere and rebuild again, type of thing. That's what I think he needs to do. Because I agree with Peter here when he says, I think United can get better than Poch, but reducing him to his work at PSG is lazy. Same mistake people made with Tuchel. That's why I don't want Poch, because I believe we can do better than him now. Legit. Because at the time, he was the number one guy. He was the number one draft pick, so to speak, to use basketball terms. Yeah. Now I don't believe that's the case. But yeah, to say Poch is nowhere far from finished. Poch can still be successful at PSG. He's going to win League One. He's not done in the Champions League. They could knock out Real Madrid in the Champions League. They could. I actually picked PSG to win this tie, but they could. Or they could go deep into the Champions League semi, because when you have X factors such as Mbappe, Neymar, and Messi, you have a chance. Are they the best team in the competition? Absolutely not. Are they top three to me? Absolutely not. But they still have players who can win you ties. They still have players who can win you ties. 100%. Serial winner is when people start expecting you to win. I hear that to an extent, Fardeen. That's a fair point. Yeah. You get no credit and all the blame at PSG. It's a poison chalice. No one can take that group to the promised land. You do that is a very accurate assessment, actually, Peter, because you do get very little credit because you have talented players, but when it goes wrong, everyone looks at you. So if PSG win today 3-0, it's on, Neymar scored a hat-trick, or Mbappe scored a brace, or Messi did Messi things. But if they lose 3-0, it's on Poch's tactics not being good enough, and he got out-coached by Ancelotti, etc., etc.
They never go to the players. They'll never blame the players.
Yeah, Peter, you already know you can hop on the watch along. I told you this, because I'm watching PSG Real Madrid too. I'm watching both. Like, come on, man. We had this discussion. No problem, man, my brother. Hop on. Yeah. I'll be watching, but I don't like this. I'm not watching United. I watch the serious match. Put some more respect on our name. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. Don't do that, fam. Let's not do that. We gonna do what you lot couldn't and beat Brighton at home, but we move. Shout out my guy Pierre. That's my guy. When you wanted Poch, the train was en route to sunny Bahamas. Now it's changed destination to Grimsby. I see why you jumped. Yeah, pretty much so. It's a wild analogy, Cam, but that makes sense. Like, he was the number one guy at that point. Everybody in unison. Like, you had Manchester United Avies with Poch and the Manchester United badge behind him and stuff. I was singing his name on live streams. I was all in. I had put all my chips in the Poch hive, all my chips in Poch stocks. You know what I'm saying? And that. Then Poch stocks was looking great, and then it didn't happen. And then he went PSG, and now it's kind of like it'd be underwhelming if he came in now. It's like, what could have been? That's how I look at it. But yo, you lot, make sure you hit the like button. We are gonna close out. You know what I'm saying, man, we are 1-1 FC is a joke. We are gonna close out the show soon. Make sure you get the likes up, subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV, hit the notification bell. Don't forget to subscribe to Ivorian's channel, Red United TV. The link's in the title, so you can click the link right now as you're watching this, whether it's live or watching it back, and it'll take you right to his page, and you can go subscribe to there. Big up to Abdallah in the cut as well, who's a member, says big up Flawless, and Spice, big up to you. Big up. Flawless, when is the next calling show? I gotta have my say, I'll lose my shit. I got you. I'm gonna create, definitely, because me and you need to chat. I'll definitely have a calling show. I don't know when. If it's not this week, remind me, I'll do one next week. You know what I'm saying? I might even do a special. If it's not a special ManDem United one, I'll run a calling show at some point. Definitely. Yeah, man, 100%. I was a Poch for Nike. I was all in. You know what I'm saying? And I was all like, all my chips was in Poch stocks, man. I was fully on board. Singing his name, you know, that shit's catchy as well. If he joins Manchester United, that's one thing I'll enjoy, is that chant. That chant is fire. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
EFAC, no, it's not time for Mourinho to come back. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I told you, Flawless, about them Poch stocks, you know. It's like when I backed Ollie, just an absolute mess, fam. Now, because Poch can still be successful. Poch is going to win the league this season, say what you want, and it's going to be his first league. So he's going to win the French league, and he still has a chance in the Champions League. It's not over. So if he wins the Champions League, then what? Then everyone will be back on the train like, oh, let's get Poch in. He just won the Champions League. And that could elevate him if they do win it. But they're not favourites, but they could. Yeah, that's why I don't pay attention to Twill. Flawless, a man said that Bruno is Manchester United's best attacking midfielder, apart from Scholes and Brian Robson. This is why you don't pay attention to Twill. This is why I don't. Nah, Poch is still that guy, fam. Don't get him mistaken. Poch is better than your manager, Cam. Like, Poch is still that guy. And I know you don't rate Arteta. Like, Poch is still a very good manager, and he still has the chance and the career. He's only 49 to get into that top bracket. Like I said, he's won something. He won the French, the Coupe de France last season. He's gonna win League on this season. So that's him pointing to bet he's not won anything. He also could win the Champions League. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's won a trophy, so people understand that, man. And he could win definitely could win the league. They're on top of the table, clear of points.
Yeah, I think they're like 15 points clear or something. They're clear in the league on anyway. My point is that he could still win the Champions League. He could still have a run, and that can elevate. We've seen it with Tuchel. Tuchel won the Champions League with Chelsea, and that elevated him. Now Tuchel's seen in a different light. If you win that competition, it can, not necessarily saying it can elevate you to the next level. And that could make him confident. He could start feeling himself and be like, yo, man, just won the Champions League. I just beat Pep, Klopp, Tuchel, Ancelotti, Nagelsmann, all to a Champions League. Like, he won't feel himself 100% as you would. Yes, Poch is miles better than Arteta. That's not even a debate. It's not even a debate. You know what I'm saying? And let's not do this. We're not rewriting history prime. Poch and Arteta are miles apart. Like, Poch I put in, like, he's like B level. Arteta's just starting out. He's not even on the chart yet. You know what I'm saying? He's not, though.
No, I'm with you on that, bro. Man.
Yeah.
I'm really with you on that one.
See, look. Tuchel has won 7 knockout round ties in his Champions League in the last 2 seasons. Arsenal have 8 in their history. Jesus Christ.
Oh, wow.
Look at that stat.
Jeez. That is hurtful. That is hurtful.
The funny thing is, Poch would be perfect for Arsenal. He would be perfect for Arsenal, but they won't accept it because it's Poch. But we've seen him elevate 2 clubs. He elevated Southampton, and people really underestimate that. He elevated, and this is why I was such a fan of his, because he took Southampton from battling relegation to a solid mid-table club. He took Spurs from battling for top 4 to becoming a certified top 4 side. They were
And the
certified.
Champions League team.
Yeah,
They
and
weren't in the
certified
Champions League
team.
year in, year out. And to take Spurs to the Champions League final without spending any money,
it's impressive.
It's impressive enough. That tells me you're a good manager. That tells me that you can turn water into wine, basically. You can perform miracles. Unlike our previous manager, he turns wine into water, bro. Like, you get me? That's exactly what he does. So yeah, I commend that. That's a quality in itself, and that shows what the quality of a good manager, when you can always improve what you have by an extra 10, 20, or 30%. You know, if you can do that, that's fine, and that's what I want from you. Not just can you manage them to win trophies, but can you improve these players? Can you make them 20% or 30% better than what they were before we bought them? That's what I like about it, man. That's why I'm for the Poch, and I'm for the Ten Hag, because I believe that the type of managers that will take you by the scruff of your neck and say, "Listen, mate, we're gonna go on a training field and we're gonna work on your ball control today."
Thanks.
You know, not kick the ball in the bin. No, we're gonna work on your ball controls. Like, we're gonna drill you. We're gonna throw the ball at you randomly, and you're gonna try and score different scenarios.
Talk about it, facts. And Peter's saying it here, so this is what I'm saying, Prime. Yes, it did elevate Di Matteo. It just didn't elevate him to stay on that level, because he's not that caliber of manager. But winning the Champions League will get you work. Like Peter said, it did elevate Di Matteo. He got a Premier League job, the Schalke job on the back of his work at Chelsea. He was a third division manager prior to the interim role, and that's what happens. He just wasn't good enough to sustain at that level. That's all it is. And Cam, there's luck in the Champions League, though. They did get some luck against Ajax, but any team who wins the Champions League has luck. Manchester United, I've seen win it twice. We've had luck.
They knocked out Man City on the way to knock out Ajax in the semi-finals. Yes. Was that luck?
They knocked out Man City, yeah.
Like, City's a tough team to play.
Facts. So that's what it is with Poch. And again, people are talking like he's 70, 80 years old and he's finished. No, he's not. He might remain a B-level manager. He might do a Brendan Rodgers and remain a B-level manager, which isn't bad. Can he get into that A bracket? To me, yes. But currently he's in the B bracket. That's just where I think he is. But he needs to win more to elevate. Winning a Ligue 1 is a step in the right direction. He won the Coupe de France, winning the Champions League. However long he stays at PSG, the success he has there. Because if he stays at PSG 4 or 5 years, he has to win the Champions League. 100%. He has to. Absolutely. Unless say he has to go.
You know he won't. You know he won't. These managers don't last long in
PSG. Yeah, I don't think he'll stay for 4 or 5 years.
You get knocked out of the Champions League, your job is under scrutiny, and you're out by the end of the season, unless they like you. But if they don't, they get you out. That's what worries me about Poch. He could end up being sacked if he doesn't win the Champions League. Winning the league is nothing. That's nothing. That's bread and butter. Win the Champions League.
Facts. And VAR screws everybody. Cam. They got through, man. You need luck. To win the Champions League, you need luck. There isn't a team who have won the Champions League ever and not had an element of luck. It's a cup competition. I've seen United win it twice. We had element of luck in that competition. Everyone talks about the 99 final. We were awful in that game. Bayern Munich battered us. I think they hit the woodwork 3-4 times. And we were 1-0 down. Mm-hmm. We should have been outside.
The first couple of minutes to hit the woodwork. Then they scored.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, I think it might have been the Inter Milan game when we played them in 99. I think they should have been outside. I believe so. It might have been the Inter Milan game. I can't remember because my memory is obviously that's a long time ago. And even in 08, we had elements of luck. The fact that Ronaldo did that skill, and I can't remember who made the tackle, and he dropped the skulls on the edge of the box in the semi-final. That tackle can go elsewhere.
Yes,
anyway,
that's true. Even the game before, the one where we knocked out Juventus coming back and destroying them at Turin on en route to the final.
Yeah. And that's anyone. Chelsea, when they've won it, they've had elements of 100%. Everybody does. Chelsea won it last year. You go back and you talk to Chelsea fans, they'll talk this stuff that fell your way. That's why you make your own look, though. This is actually the PSG lineup. Hakimi, Donnarumma, Hakimi, Marquinhos, Kimpembe, Mendes, Paredes, Pereira, Varane, Di Maria, Messi, and Mbappe. So Neymar on the bench, I'm guessing.
Neymar on the bench. It's just so funny thing. Usually Neymar's not even available. It's usually his sister's birthday by this time, and he misses the first 2 legs.
You're a joker, man. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not joking. It's the truth.
Poch ain't, no, I said he's a joker. You know what I'm saying? Poch ain't my first choice. Mancini first, Ten Hag second, Ancelotti third, Potter fourth, Gasperini fifth. I take Enrique as well. I hear you, Thomason. I'm all about who Ralph wants him. That's what it is. That's legit what it is.
I say in Ralph we trust, innit?
Yeah, man, 100% double our mafia in the building. All right, we're going to close out the show, people. We're going to close out the show. I think we've got to all the questions. Actually, but before we close out the show, let's bring it back to Manchester United. I was going to say Manchester United versus Brighton. What lineup would you like to, before we get to the predictions, what lineup would you like to see?
Definitely, again, David De Gea in goal, Dalot right back, Varane and Lindelof. But we all know our captain will play. And Telles, if he can come back, if he's fit. If Telles is fit, because of coming back from COVID is not easy. Right. Especially, it's gonna affect you on the pitch as well. So if he's fit, definitely a Telles. I can accept a Shaw, even though I feel like he's a half-hearted don. In midfield, I'm hoping we can try and implement this 4-3-3, but I reckon you go for the 4-2-3-1. So it'll be Pogba. Fred, if he's fit, I'd like to see Fred and Pogba, but I don't mind Scott McTominay, but definitely Fred and Pogba. And up front, Sancho, Bruno. Is there anyone apart from Rashford that's available?
Lingard?
Elenga.
Wait, who's your front three? So who you got? You got Sancho playing left. Who's your striker?
At this moment, it can only be Ronaldo because he's the only one that's fit.
Yeah, Ronaldo is the only striker.
Be real. He's only our other striker, let's not talk about him. He ain't available.
Okay, so we got Sancho, Ronaldo. Who would you play from the right? Options, you got Rashford, you got Elanga, you got Lingard.
I don't want to be seeing Rashford these days.
So you're saying Lingard?
Not Lingard. Elanga, to me, he seems bright. Although, as well, he still seems a bit raw. I like what he does. He's getting himself about and he wants to really prove himself. And he will end up kind of making the right decisions compared to Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford needs some time out. He needs a holiday to stare at the beach and think about his life. That's what he needs. But that's my starting lineup, man.
Who's your midfield three? Did you say Fred if he's fit? So let's say Fred's fit. So Fred,
Pogba, and of course Bruno, innit?
Okay, so you got Fred as the single DM and Pogba and Bruno's 2 8s. That's what you'd like to see. Fair enough.
I like to see that. Yeah.
Be interested to see what he goes with. I pretty much agree. Obviously, the hair in goal. I want to see the low tellers in. It has to be Lindelof and Varane. That's what I want to see. Midfield, Matic is still out. So who do you go with? It's tough, man. Yeah, I'd go Fred, Pogba, Bruno. I go with there. Fred is a 6. I go with your midfield. I go Lingard from the right, Sancho from the left. Has to be Ronaldo up top. There's nobody else.
Lingard does deserve some game time, though.
Yeah, man. I'd play Lingard. I just don't want to see Rashford. I don't particularly want to see Bruno, but here we are. You know what I'm saying?
I think I'll take a Bruno ahead of Rashford, right?
Yeah, it's the peak, man. Our options are thin. My bad, Thomason. You're an Arsenal fan. My apologies. But yeah, people. Oh yeah, and your predictions. I'm saying we win. I'm saying 2-1 Manchester United.
I'm going with a 1-0 win for Manchester United. We're going to scrape it. We're going to scrape it.
All right, so you got one. At least we both predicted wins. That's good. Because obviously, we win today. We go back into the top 4. So that's good. And a win. And then obviously, it puts added pressure on West Ham, Spurs, and Arsenal as well. So hopefully, we do that. I will, people.
Guess what? They will win their games because the history is whenever we win, the ops win. When we lose, the ops mess up.
Have you seen Arsenal's games in hand on us, though? They're Liverpool, Spurs, and Chelsea. So we good. Spurs will always Spurs. They can't get a win. They've lost their last 3 in a row. And West Ham will West Ham. Like, I seen them against Leicester and they should have lost that game. You know what I'm saying? What do you mean if we lose log off? Like, I'm still out here. I'm not you, fam. I don't log off. Man's out.
Bro, I'm there to the end.
I'm out here, man. Still.
I don't log out.
I survived Ollie. I survived. I can survive anything.
Exactly so.
Survived Ollie. I can survive anything. Like that has made me thicker skinned than that. Like, I can survive anything.
It's not racism. It's Ollie. Us surviving Ollie has made us strong.
Surviving Ollie is different. A man went through. You lot watch me go through that. Pretty much the entire time. You lot watch me go through that on stream after stream. I survived Ollie. I can survive anything. You think a 1-1 draw to Brian's gonna hurt? Like, nah. Ollie's gone. We already won this season. That was our trophy. You know what I'm saying? That's our trophy. People are like, what did you win this season? Ollie's gone. It's like winning the Champions League. It really was. This guy was just the enemy of everything good. How did he not want it to watch?
We celebrated like we won a Champions League.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. 100%. And Eddie, yeah, you did tell me the score when we was playing GTA last night. But nah, man, I'm saying 2-1. I'm saying 2-1. Down here says surviving goal and mud. Nah. Don't give me that. Arteta is because you've not had Arteta nowhere near as long as we had Ollie. We had Ollie for 2.5, 3 years, fam. Arteta's only been there. Is this his first full season or second?
This is his second full season.
All right, see, so you've not had him like that long yet. You know what I'm saying? And like, give it the third year, then it's peak. But you were bad before him. You know what I'm saying? We had hope still with Manchester United. We still had hope and talented players, and he just squashed all that. But we move. Yes, Samuel, we do have to win tonight. Peter saying 1-1. Thomason saying Brighton learn 1-0. Nah, man, I'm saying 2-1. I'm saying 2-1. I'm saying 2.5 years. All right, wait until it's free. Them we're like kind of in the same ballpark. But nah, man, it's not the same because you lot were bad before him. You lot didn't like Emery type of thing. We actually have talented players, and he just fucked that up. But we move. All right, but yo, Ivorian, good having you on here. Yes. Anything you want to add before we leave the stream?
Yes, guys, make sure you check out Red United TV, subscribe, and also watch out for the match reaction, which will come out at least 10 or 20 minutes after full times. Hopefully I can get it out as soon as possible, within 10 minutes after full time. But it is what it is. So check out the match reaction, and also, as always, remember to subscribe, support the brothers, let us do what we're doing. And as always, man, thank you, Flores, for having me on, and I'm looking forward for my next appearance as well.
Yeah, man, soon. Obviously, I'm going to get you on. Definitely. I told you were going to be a regular in that. It was just that it was January. Everyone was busy. So it's like, that's why I didn't shout you. But yeah, that's why I've had you on this month. And you'll see Ivorian on here again. Make sure you click the link to Red United TV. It's actually in the title, people. It's in the title. So you click it, it takes you right to his page. Make sure you follow him across all his socials as well.
Follow me on Twitter, Ivorian_Spice, and then follow the official Instagram account of Red United TV, which is Red United TV 1.
Make sure you do that. And see, Dan saying it there, I need this guy more often. Yeah, man, Ivorian called Dan Silly, man. That's why he's here. So yeah, if you're following me on my socials, you can find all his socials on Twitter and Instagram, so you can follow him across all platforms as well. People, big up to Ahmed in the cut. Prime saying I survived Frank. No, because you had Frank for like 6 months. You know what I'm saying? That's not even a full pregnancy, fam. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. This is not what we're doing. You lot can't turn our trials and tribulations. Big up Michael, who said just subscribe. Love that you just subscribed to his channel. Love that. Big up. Don't forget, people, as well, the link. What's this? I want my own episode. I'm the captain now. You're a joker, Peter. The link for the description is underneath the links for the audio platform. So all the shows on the channel, apart from Watch-Alongs, are available on audio-only platforms, SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes. Links for those are underneath in the description. Also, if you want to join the membership, that's how you get on the channel as well, people. That is one surefire way to get on the channel, is to join the membership, and it helps support the channel further. But if you want to support the channel for absolutely free, all you have to do is hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. But the ManDem United podcast will be back. It's normally Thursdays 5 p.m, but I believe I'm going on the European football show with Aaron, so the one on Thursday will be slightly earlier, so probably 3 p.m, 3:30 p.m. But keep an eye out on the upcoming live stream schedule. Let you know all the shows that are coming up, people. But this has been the ManDem United podcast on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Big up for